Hello everybody and welcome to F1 2014 episode 6 and game number 5 of this little nostalgia run which I started nearly a year ago but recently resurrected. Now, 2014 we all know it was a significant year in F1. Unfortunately, whilst marking 20 years since Senna Ratzenberger's death at the San Marino Grand Prix, this season saw the fatal accident of Jules Bianchi, God rest his soul. But F1 in its funny way also delivered one of the best title battles that it had in years, between teammates as well, the two Mercedes. And of course, how we get the great reset, changes the aerodynamics, hence the Ferrari Hoover. And of course, the 1.6 litre turbo hybrids that we still have today, although we are talking in 2025. So if you watch this in 2026, that's as it's no longer true, I suppose. I will just say one thing regarding the liveries on the game. I have actually bought the F1 2015 files under 2014, hence why the cars look a bit more HD than they normally do. Just keep that in mind. Now, the problem with this title is that it was unloved by Codys because it was basically a filler game for F1 2015 and the PS4 and Xbox One came out. So, as I alluded to in the previous two videos, it's just F1 2013 with not a lot of traction and apparently V6 turbo hybrid noises. Was it really that bad? Well, why don't we try and win the World Championship as Lewis Hamilton at the double points Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. By the way, that's Sir Lewis to us. Sorry. To think he only had 22 wins at this point. Now, as the time recorded, he's got 105. Woohoo! Sebastian Vettel, the season where he became the first world champion in history to fail to win a Grand Prix, whilst his teammate did in exactly the same car. That for me is why you can't consider Sebastian Vettel a great at the sport, by the way. Or at least one of the reasons, in my opinion. Controversial! Oh no! No! Oh dear. Well, you didn't think it was going to make it very easy to win a championship, did you? Imagine if Lewis did actually qualify last for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix that year. Imagine. That hard battle at Bahrain, the slugging back at Britain and Germany and Hungary. And he'd have to do it all over again. Alternative strategy to give us the edge. Here we go, under the lights of Abu Dhabi. Nico Rosberg on pole. Sebastian Vettel in second. Unrealistic, the Red Bulls were disqualified, if you may remember, for illegal front wings. And the Marussias are there. Unrealistic. This game. No, but all seriousness, let's go to the lights. Those noises just do not sound like the turbo hybrids. Sound like a bad tribute act, don't it? But anyway, we go. I know there was a lot of criticism about these turbo hybrid engines. Ones I don't necessarily share about the noise and etc. and the excitement of the sport, but I must say this game gave a shockingly poor representation of how they sound. Actually, I went to that year's Belgian Grand Prix, let me tell you. That engines actually sound really good in reality. Hey! What is going on? There's cars everywhere making my life difficult. We're already on to P8, 14 places to mean the AI in this gen of games. That just sums it up. Oh my goodness me, what was Perez doing? As he stares at the Red Bull he would eventually take over from. Oh, look at the Mert power kicking! This is where the old phrase kicked in. Where the old phrase kicked in. What am I on about? But yes, there we are. P6. 5. Oh yeah. Because they thought the turbos would blow up. The engine temperature simulation is awful. But I hate the traction on this game. Never mind. Pretty much identical to F1 2013 this game, but the traction platform that gave these cars horrific. I generally do remember doing qualifying net. Oh, excuse me. I generally do remember doing qualifying sessions in my career mode, which I really didn't do much of. I remember doing qualifying session in my career mode and F1 2014. The traction was that bad on the PS3, but I was generally going quicker in lean mix than rich mix. Now, I know I've grown up since then, but the traction is not easy to handle. It's very particular. The cars just feel very uninspiring compared to 2015. Don't get me wrong, the cars were harder to drive in real life year to year in terms of getting the best out of them, because less downforce, no exhaust blown diffusers. That's me making a move on Nico Hulkenberg! There we go. Easy. Easy. This Merc is so dominant. It's like won 16 to 19 races and then lost the other 3 for its own failings. But yeah, the handling model is not great. Because if you actually put an F1 2013 car into this game, it feels like an F1 2013 car. So the engine is working great. It's just, what did they do to this game? I think we're quickly discovering why F1 2015 had the 2014 apology mode. Anyway, in double points land, if Nico Rosberg won the 2014 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Lewis had to merely follow him home. I suppose a job that was only ever going to make slightly easier when the Red Bulls got DQ'd from qualifying, had to start from the pit lane. As it left only the Williams being a thorn in Mercedes' side. But I always wondered how Lewis reacted to Red Bull being disqualified from qualifying. Anyway, the glorious beat. Why do these guys have to sound like Hoovers? They're bad enough with the penis noses. And the engineer who's always trying to talk. By the way, Daniel Ricciardo in 2014. I hate to say it, but he was driver of the season. He dragged a Red Bull that didn't deserve to win. A Red Bull that didn't deserve to win to 3 Grand Prix wins. He took every chance he got. Oh! On the inside of Alonso! And we're through! We're in the championship winning position already. So the lap 3! Oh my goodness. Ha! Purple! Ha! Should also explain, and did actually mod the sound of the red power unit in this game, so it actually sounds like one of the classic cars in F1 2013. It actually makes it sound a bit more pleasant. Yeah, I got to say, I'm really not enjoying how the game handles. The traction's just difficult, and feels unnecessarily so. The sounds of the engines are not representative of how they actually do sound. Don't get me wrong, Codemasters did make work in that in following years, but and considering how compatible the files are backwards and forth between 2013 and 14's games, you just know they just basically dumped 2014 stuff in 2013. It feels it. It doesn't feel like it's been bespokely made. That's despite how good F1 2013 was and is revered even now. What's it? Oh! Dirty air, dirty air, dirty air! Nothing to do with size, my friend. Dirty air, that one.
The gap to the car in front is less than a second. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone.
You don't say! Think I couldn't see that? But this being generation of gaming, I made no sense there, but the point is, this generation of the F1 games, the AI, so meek in defence. And we're free to the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Back to the 5-lap challenge now, who would have thought of that, eh? I'll give this game one thing though, it does look visually nice. A little cartoony in terms of its colour palette, but it does look nice. And it has aged okay in terms of how it looks. Sure, I did play as a kid in 720p 30, now I'm playing it in 2160. 60? I correct myself. It's 2160 138 at the moment. I don't know if it's a workaround, but I can't get the FPS to go beyond the late 130s. That's regardless of VSync, so I just stuck VSync on just to try it, and apparently the frame rate's higher, which it normally isn't supposed to be because you're meant to have vertical sync. I mean, that's the point of VSync. Oh, Rosberg's in! Rosberg's in! I think we'll react to that. And on Rosberg's about to get DRS by somebody, I think. Just looking at the map. Wow. That's going to hold him up. No end. Alright, I'll extend then. So that's all you hear in this game. Again, built on F1 2030's model, and keep in mind... Keep in mind, F1 2030 was inspired by the early 2013 tyre meltations. F1 2040 didn't really have melting tyres. The wall, like the Pirellis did, in a nice way, but I don't think they were complaining about cold tyres too much. 28 seconds. Oh, I'll stay out another lap then. Yes, I know, in the actual title decided it'd probably just covered Rosberg off. If Rosberg pitted first. I'm actually pulling gap on old battered tyres. What's going on? This game sometimes was a little bit easy. I'll just remind everyone there are no performance mods that I've got on the game at the moment, so what you're seeing is entirely what code is intended with the final patch. Wow. It's definitely a contrast to F1 2013 where your tyres would always melt, could never make them last. At least you could in this game, but because the traction model, you're always burning rear tyres. It feels like if you don't actually go on the power, you'll never move. Staying stable. Keep going round, I guess. Reminds me of real life statistic, where Williams scored the most points in F1 weekend in F1 history because of their second and third place. Now, normally that would buy them 33 points with the modern point system, but you double that, 66. That's still more than you can get for a 1-2 in the sprint, the race, as well. I'll get over the DRS problem and tell you that even with as I was saying, 1-2 in the sprint, 1-2 in race, and the fastest lap, which has now been dropped for 25, you still wouldn't get 66 points. So Williams currently have an unbreakable record. By the way, 2014 was a depressing year for championship formats. F1 double points, NASCAR's stupid playoff system went to its modern format. 2014 as well. At least F1 had the sense to get rid of double points. If only NASCAR would do the same in its playoff system. Now, the week I'm recording this, they've announced there's no change from 24 to 25, but here's one change to make, NASCAR. I know you don't understand what the bin is, because you don't speak British English, you know the only English one should speak, but put the player system in the bin and never have one again. And while you're at it, if you're worried about consistency weighing too much, make top results count more. There's a reason why there's a gulf of 7 points between first and second in F1, and only 3 between second and third. winning matters. But it shouldn't be the be-all and end-all. And there is a factor. Lap traffic's coming! Oh, the traction! I think this is one of the reasons why I became disengaged with this game.
Keep the tyres warm. Keep warming the tyres.
It just felt meh. In terms of game modes, nothing new were really added. In fact, they took away the undriver test, so F1 2013 with worse handling and one narrowed down feature because, of course, they brought in the evaluation test, which isn't a bad test on its own. It's decent, but now, can I steal DRS off this sailboat? Oh, Sutil. Oh, Bing Lewis, this is fun. We won't mention China 2011, will we? Ah, that poor traction robbed me. Ah. Anyway, we'll come in this time because we'll try and do an FL attempt. A few years before it was fashionable. I'm even getting a rule reminder. Just in case this cold that I've got makes me forget, right? And here we go. Drink time. Really good stop that. Really, really good stop. I had a small gap before I pitted, but the gap I've got behind me now is humongous. Rosberg's not even in sight. Yeah, and they've got excellent fuel management and all. Hey, by the way, thank goodness I changed Abu Dhabi layout. Thank goodness. Driving around it isn't so bad, but actually seeing racing. Saying that, the 2014 Grand Prix wasn't too bad for racing. That was before Rosberg's ears failure, and the Red Bulls still making their way through from the back. Beans, beans, beans. Ooh, it turned nicely there. It turned nicely there. Oh, for skipping a jump! Yabba dabba doo!
Congratulations on the win. The whole team's ecstatic. Great driving.
Thank you, and we have managed to win the challenge because we won the race, so the title automatically ours. Whew. I'm gonna say that video was a little less dramatic than I thought it would be, but that's just the way it is. I thank you very much all for watching. I shall see you all next time for it'll be F1 2015. Can't wait to play career mode on that. Bye bye. Your outros, man.